Hey everyone, what I've got here are two Type-C cables from a company called j5create, and these cables are quite interesting. They come with OLED displays that help you see what's going on. This one has a dynamic power 5-in-1 meter that shows you milliamps, amps, watts. There's a timer and it shows you voltage. This one also shows you direction. Now the product code JUCP13, this has a Type A to Type C cable and it has a maximum output of 60 watts. This one is JUCP14 and the maximum output for this one is 100 watts, which is interestingly the maximum output for the MacBook Pro. So this can power the new MacBook Pro. Now if you look at the back here, you can see that this one is powering an iPad, also shows you the Nintendo Switch, phones, tablets, etc. This one also shows you notebooks, but at 60 watts this will power ultra low voltage laptops such as this, because this only needs 45 watts. So you will be able to use this to power laptops as well, in theory. If I jump over to the browser, you can see the sales page. The Type A to Type C cable sells for $25. It's free shipping in the USA, and it's $30 for the Type C to Type C cable. Now, I have to say many thanks to the company, because they did send these cables out to me free of charge. I was interested in them, and yeah, they shipped them over to me for me to check out. So what I'd like to do in this video is unbox them, have a quick look at the cable, and then test them in a variety of devices to just see how well these cables actually work. So both cables are now out of their boxes. There's no manual, but I don't think that's something that we need anyway. And there you can see them there. So they're kind of taped up here, but I'll take those off. And you'll be able to see full cable length, which is, as I said, 4 feet or 120 centimeters. And it is, yeah, it's a really good length. Most USB Type-C cables tend to be about 3 feet, if I'm honest, so an extra foot there. So yeah, pretty standard design there. You can see it there. See it there. The light's kind of coming a little bit bright there. It's maybe a little bit better. So you can see here that Type A, Type C. This one is Type C to Type C. So what we'd like to do at this point is try it out, and we'll see how this works with a variety of devices. So I've got this power charger here. The Type C port here can do 65 watts. The Type A port can do 18 watts. But I've also got a Thunderbolt 3 hub, which has a Type C port that can deliver up to 85 watts to laptops, etc. So I've got a few different plugs, etc. I probably won't get to the 100 watts here that this can do, but I've got a few devices here that will help us see how these cables work in practice. So I have been testing these cables over the last 10-15 minutes with two laptops, my Nintendo Switch and my smartphone, and I've tested it with my Thunderbolt hub and with this power adapter. And I must admit I'm badly prepared for this review, because I've just realised my Nintendo Switch is at 100% and my laptop is at 100%, and most tech devices, they will slow down the power rate when they get to 100%, but I can show you it working. Now, interestingly, this is the Type A cable. This is the one which can deliver 60 watts, and you can see that the display is on just now. Now, both of these are connected to my Thunderbolt hub, but for whatever reason, the LED light here will only come on with the 100 watt cable, the Type C to Type C cable. That only comes on when you connect the device. I'm not sure why, but you can see it here. The timer's still going in this one, and that's when I plugged it in and plugged it out. But if I take it out and put it back in, so that should reset the timer. And you can see it's coming up some values there as well. It's trying to deliver 5 point whatever volts there. But the timer will be reset now, 0 watts, because it's not connected to anything. And the timer will come up. So it just goes through. There's no button to change, you know, to kind of flick through to what you would like. That would actually be a nice little extra. But you can see that it's been on for 20 seconds there. So it's quite useful, you know, you can see how long you've been charging a phone, etc. So my phone is the one device, you can see it's at 48%. It's the one device that actually does need charged. So this is the Type A cable, 60 watts. And you can see that it says it's delivering 5 watts just now. 2 milliamps. 3 milliamps. It's been charging for 46 seconds. Now that's a little bit misleading. Again, that's when it was connected to my Thunderbolt hub. 4.99 volts. 0.82 amps. 0.83. So that's going through a standard Type A port on my Thunderbolt hub. So I've also got my Nintendo Switch here. Again, this is at 100% or so, so I don't expect this to be, yeah, you can see it there, 100%. I don't expect this to be a high charging rate. Now this does require 40 watts, about 39 watts I believe, to charge this when the power's low. And you can see here 2 watts. So it's not charging it because it's full. It's full. That's why it's not charging it. But I'm going to put in the Type C to Type C cable, the 100 watt cable, just to see if we see anything different. So you can see this one only comes on when you actually connect it to your device. I'm not sure why it's different that way, or why the display isn't coming on. But this isn't actually showing anything there. Console battery 100%, so you can see it's getting charged there. And it's now providing 15 volts, 0.2 amps. 2 watts. But again, I do apologize. This isn't really a good test at this point because this device is fully charged. It is fully charged. So what I've got here is my XPS 13. So the charger for this, if this comes on, does it switch to cell off? I think it has, right. So the charger for this is 45 watts. So what I'm going to first do is try the Type A to Type C cable, and we're going to power it on. So if I plug this in, and again this is going through my Thunderbolt hub, which can provide up to 85 watts. So the power on this, the charge on this is 95% battery, so it's not like this needs a charge. But you can see here 0 amps. It says here PC isn't charging, so that's saying PC isn't charging there. A little bit of a surprise that actually, because it was charging before, but I'll try again. Now this might be because this one is not designed for laptops. So this one might not be designed for laptops. You can see here, attach a supported power adapter with at least 27 watts. So the Type A cable does not seem to be playing nice with my laptop. That's okay, because the box does say that, you know, it's for tablets and phones. It doesn't say that the Type A cable is for laptops. So we'll put in the Type C one. This one is designed for laptops. And see 20 volts has been transferred now. So we're getting some messages here. Thunderbolt device has been connected. 10 watts, 10.8 watts. Now, when I put this on briefly before, it was saying about 38 watts briefly. So I think that's maybe because the charge is quite high. Now you can see it's a 100%. You know, it was basically fully charged, but you can see 20 volts are being transferred. Power usage is quite low, and although this does require a 45 watt adapter, it is worth noting that, you can see it's 7.75, it is worth noting that this would only actually use 45 watts if the CPU is being used and really being pushed high. You know, when it's not really doing anything, it's only going to use about 10 or 15 watts, because this has got an ultra low voltage processor. So this does seem to be working quite well actually through the Thunderbolt hub. But what I'm going to do at this point is just try it with my Alienware laptop. Now this doesn't work. This doesn't work, but I want to show you that. Now this laptop, which you can't really see here, but there it's there. This requires 180 watts. It's a gaming laptop, and it's not designed to be charged with a Type C cable. But sometimes you can be surprised with these things, because I had a Type C cable before that used to charge my other laptop. But you can see here, if you're charging this with a laptop that is not compatible with power charging through the Type C cable, nothing will happen. 0.00. Okay, so all of these tests so far have been through the Thunderbolt hub. What I'm going to do next is just quickly test some things through this power adapter. So here I have my power delivery adapter. This Type C port can deliver up to 65 watts. This can do 18, and you can see that at the back there, the max output. So I'll start off with the Type C cable, and I'm not expecting a lot here. And it is worth noting here, you can plug these in either way. I'm not expecting a huge amount of power to be delivered here, but you can see 15 volts is being transferred. But I don't expect a lot of watts to be actually being delivered because, oh, you can see 4.7 watts, 5 watts. Now, when this is charging at 5%, 10%, you might get closer to the 39 watts that this does require. Now, I'll jump back over and I'll do the laptop again. And the laptop, we are getting 20 volts being transferred. That's pretty good. Ampage is jumping up there. And 31.21 watts, 29. So we're getting about 30 watts, around the 30 watt mark for the Type-C charging cable. And this is the cable, if you remember right, this is the cable that is designed for laptops. This is the one that's designed for laptops. The other one doesn't seem to work as well, and I got a lot of error messages. But this one, I can show you here, plugged in, charging 12 minutes until fully charged. Yeah, this one works really well. Now, the full adapter for this is 45 watts, but unless the CPU is at 100% being, really being pushed, I don't think this laptop would actually use 45 watts. So yeah, everything is all good there. You can obviously charge the phone as well. I probably wouldn't use this cable with this phone, to be honest, because this is probably better with the Type-A cable. But 9 volts there being transferred, 1.39 amps. It does seem to be charging at a really good rate with this cable. So 12 watts, 11.5 watts. So yeah, really, really good performance there with that cable. It's a little bit hit and miss as far as what power you're going to get, but that is to be expected because most of my devices here are fully charged. So this is the Type-A port now. This is the Type-A cable, Type-A to Type-C. And we're at 50% now and 1 watt. So that's a lot lower than what I was getting before. Now this phone does support fast charging. So that cable, it does not seem to be delivering as much power to this phone as I would have expected, because this one, remember, was designed for tablets and phones, etc. So it's delivering 5 volts, 1.87 amps. And now, there we go, 8.97 watts. That's a little bit better. So I was maybe jumping the gun a little bit there. 11 milliamps, 12 milliamps. So that's good. It's charging up there. It's charging at a fast rate. So yeah, everything is good now. Try it with the switch, which is fully charged. 5 volts there, 1.1 amps. 1 amp now. 5 watts. That actually seems to be quite good. We're getting about the same rate, and again, this requires 39 watts, but this cable can deliver up to 60 watts. It is worth stressing though, it is difficult for me to test all of these things because this only supports 65 watts, so I can't really test the 100 watts of that cable, and these devices don't actually require that much. Now, I'm getting 0 here, and that is because the Type-A cable does not support power delivery to laptops. I was actually a little bit surprised by that. I just assumed that this would also work with laptops, but it doesn't seem to be working. So my boring cable tests are over, but those boring cable tests are actually necessary because there's a lot of dodgy cables in the market. There's a lot of cables that don't actually do what they say they will do. But these cables actually seem like they perform very, very well. Now, I didn't have a 100 watt laptop that supports power delivery. I didn't even have 60 watts. My laptop requires 45 watts. But I was pretty impressed with both of the cables. The Type-C cable, the Type-C to Type-C cable, in particular, I thought was really, really good. Now, this is the cable that you will need if you want to charge your laptop. This is the only one that will work. This one will not support power delivery to a laptop. You saw that yourself. There was messages coming up saying that, connect the right cable, etc. But this worked really well. Despite the fact that that laptop has a 45 watt charger, it doesn't always use 45 watts. And the battery was at 94%, 95%. And it was still delivering 30 watts to the laptop. So very, very impressed. This is a cable that I will use. I will get a lot of use out of. And I love the fact that you can see all this information, how long it's been connected, what the voltage is, what the amps is, what the watts are. Very, very useful. Now the Type-A cable, this is the one that's better for tablets and for smartphones. A few times when I connected this cable, it wasn't delivering the same amount of power to my smartphone. but then when I connected it again, it was working okay. But this is the one that you should probably go for if you're wanting to charge your tablet or your smartphone. And this can still deliver 60 watts, which is ridiculous. It is worth noting though that this is only part of the story. You do need to connect this to a power adapter such as this. So, you know, you will need to connect these cables into a power delivery Thunderbolt hub or a power delivery USB Type-C hub or an adapter such as this that does support power delivery. If you just connect these cables to, for example, your smartphone, then you're not going to get the power that these cables need to deliver the power that you want. Overall, I was very, very impressed. Not really much to say here. There's not a manual, but they do provide you this kind of helpline thing, but pretty self-explanatory here. I would have liked to have seen a button here to quickly switch through them, but yeah, it's not a deal breaker. I'm happy with both of these cables and I will definitely use them in the future. So I was sent these free of charge, and you know, I know a lot of people will say, oh, you know, you only got them free of charge, so you're going to say that they're great, but the proof is in the pudding. This is why I like to test things myself, and all the tests suggested that both of these cables perform well. Cables are quite durable, seem like they'll last quite a while, quite a few years, and yeah, overall very pleased with it. So these are cables that I can definitely recommend. Thanks for watching. Thanks to j5create for sending these cables out. If you're looking for a Type-C charging cable for your laptop, tablet or smartphone, you might want to check these out. The OLED thing isn't a gimmick. It's quite useful to see how much power is actually being delivered to a device, and that's not gimmicky. That's very, very useful. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.